Boom! Welcome to Power of Marvel Legends, the YouTube channel where we review every single one of the very articulate, highly posable, incredibly sought out action figures known as Marvel Legends.
Shout out to the Powers of X-Men podcast, Dayspring and Flinkman.
I'm the uncanny Dayspring.
And I'm the adjectiveless Flinkman.
Flink, what do you have?
Oh my God. Okay. So I have been on pins and needles waiting. I wish they had arrived when you were here, but I have Marvel Legends, Astonishing Emma, and Generation X Monet all the way from Spain to Texas for us to dissect and geek out over.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I mean, if they'd only been here 2 days earlier, we could have done this in person, but I have to the first thing I have to do is I have to give a massive shout out to DisplayedOnce for giving me the heads up that these were on a Spanish retailer in Barcelona, letting me know that they were available to order. And yes, it was like the cost of a third figure to get them here, but it's Emma. Like, come on. You knew I was going to do it.
You were going to pay premium for that. There was no way in hell that you weren't going to do that. Or no way in limbo that you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, absolutely not. Not with these two characters, not with me being who I am. And yeah, I can't thank DisplayedOnce enough. You know, when you were here, we discussed Dan Hu's reviews of these figures and how beautiful they looked. And I am just very happy to confirm that IRL, they are just as gorgeous as those Brits and the Welsh, those UK citizens led us to believe they were.
Okay, so DisplayedOnce got M like weeks ago. Yeah. And he was like the first person to have like out of box like pics of her, held her. And I was worried that M didn't look good in the promo pictures. And hang on, let me spotlight it. Listen, the second I saw DisplayedOnce's and even seeing yours right now, it's beautiful. Far
Gorgeous.
More beautiful than I could have ever. How do you feel about this? I need your initial feels on this.
I mean, you said it. She is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just floored by the fact that not only we have Monet, but I mean, she looks this good. The head sculpt is perfect. She's beautiful as she should be. I mean, it's in canon that she is like one of the most beautiful women in the Marvel universe, and it shows. She has the long flowing hair, which I was kind of worried that whenever we got Monet, she wouldn't have as long of hair as she should. Because when I think of Monet, I think of the panel of her flying down in Gen X number 1, Chris Pachalo, just that long, stunning, gorgeous black hair. All present and accounted for. And I really have to give props to the Hasbro team because they really paid attention to the Gen X costume details. I mean, it's got the sculpted zipper that's on here. If I had a nitpick, I do wish the zipper went all the way down, but it's still a sculpted zipper. The gauntlets, have all of the details, the grommet detailing. The boots are perfect. They have that oversized look.
Oh, it looks so good. So chunky and gold.
Yes, and the concentric circles on the knees. And, it's such a great figure. And I would be I'm excited to have Husk probably built off of this figure. I would have taken Emma utilizing this body. And I really hope that when it comes time to the boys, that they also get the same kind of detail treatment that M here has. I honestly, she's easily a contender for my figure of the year and probably one of my top legends of all time.
Okay, so I have to be honest with you. Just seeing her through the Zoom, I like want to reach over and grab it. Bitch, I am so glad she didn't arrive when I was there because I would put her in
You would
my
have stolen
backpack.
her.
I would have stolen her. I would have been like, "Fuck you, Flink." No, she looks so good. Some of the things that made me apprehensive. One, the prototype picture, she looked a little cross-eyed. Absolutely not the case, and Displayed Once was able to debunk it. And she looks so good on the Zoom. Secondly, I was worried because this wave in particular, they're doing specific comic book artist inspired figures. And I thought Terry Dodson looked a bit too Saturday morning cartoons, as we've discussed in the past. That is certainly not the case here. Like just seeing her here, she looks so elegant, so fierce. She looks like she blends right in with the other legends.
And I was going to say, like, we in our build up to her release, we had actually referenced how she was, you know, very much Terry Dodson's version of M, so much so that they used it on the packaging, which is still in my car because I opened these at the post office parking lot when I went to pick them up. So I'll have to retrieve that later. But I actually think she looks less Dodson influenced in person than I thought that she did.
Agreed.
In the pictures, which isn't a bad thing. It's great that I can sort of see the influence. The vibe is certainly there, but it's not, you know, Rachel Gray, Marvel Girl, which is just ripped straight from the pages and looks out of whack with everybody.
No, she looks like, and that was, oh my God, you articulated exactly what I was afraid about. I was afraid of that, like, end of Gray's, you know, Rachel Gray figure, which is fun and looks great in her own right.
Great
from
figure.
The series, but looks out of place with the other legends. She does not. She looks absolutely wonderful. I can't believe you finally have a fucking M figure in the palm of your hands. Yeah.
And I mean, I the version that I have been campaigning for since at least 2019 has been the Hoxpox penance version. But I have to tell you, I think I'm eating my words here. This figure, this costume, it just looks so gorgeous IRL. I know we've both been waiting since like 1995 when the Toy Biz Gen X Wave 3 was canceled. That was supposed to have her. So this figure more than makes up for lost time. Now, if I did have one teeny tiny complaint, really, it's not even a complaint. It's not even a complaint. But you know, recently they have put in the effort to re-release all of the Jim Lee like 90s X-Men with a more vibrant mustardy yellow. You know, they re-released Cyclops, Wolverine, Rogue, Forge, all were sort of initially released with that warmer kind of yellow and then re-released later with the lighter, more vibrant yellow. And I do wish that they had used that yellow on the Gen X as well, so that they could be more consistent. I mean, you can see, you know, she's darker than the Wolverine there. I guess I could have brought him up here, but I've never disturbed my display. But I mean, I know
this to be factually true.
Yeah, you do. Well, I mean, I guess the X Factor characters all still have that warmer yellow, so fine. It's no problem. It's no problem. Just the C teams have that warmer yellow. That'll be their hallmark, and that's fine with me. Like I said, she's a perfect figure. That's like my super minor nitpick is, you know, I'm OCD about consistent yellows now. Hasbro's own fault that that's happening, by the way. But yeah, no, she's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait for you to get your hands on her. And I, you know, just for fun, I pulled out the M custom that Stem Cell Toys did for me a few years ago. And it just, as much as I love this figure, as gorgeous as she is, I'm sorry to say, my friend, she is getting replaced in the display, but it's unbelievable that this even happened. That we even have this figure.
I'm with you. We've always wanted the M with the swappable penance parts from the House of X era. We really wanted her, but seeing her in the palm of your hands, I'm like, I want all of Gen X. I want a Jubilee Gen X. I want an Emma in the core set, you know, and the whip, you know, Generation X. I want a Banshee, Generation X. So let's see where it goes. But she looks great. I'm so excited. I have to tell you, though, the next figure, I think I'm getting ready to eat my words with, because I saw her quickly just now and she looks really good.
Let's get a close up on this figure that you said was so ugly.
Holy shit. The amount
words.
The amount of shade I have thrown this figure. And let me be clear why. Because it's inspired by the John Cassaday Astonishing X-Men run, which John Cassaday's Emma was beautiful, except when his pages were being rushed. And I am saying they drew inspiration from the rushed pages. And I have to tell you, though, she looks so well executed. Tell me about this figure. Tell me.
Okay. So I'm going to start off and say that I have to eat my words a little bit on this figure too. You know, I said that I got my Hellfire Emma. I had the Emma that I always wanted. I really didn't need, I really didn't need this version. What do I really ever need? But I'm eating my words. This is the best Emma figure of all time. It beats the Hellfire just by a little bit. It narrowly edges out the Hellfire, and I think for me that's just because she looks just like the Cassaday art. I mean, she looks like a comic book brought to life in a way that I don't think that we've really seen in Marvel Legends. This directly referenced and this successfully pulled off. I mean, the head sculpt is perfect. It's just the whites are vibrant. They didn't try to do any like weird shading or anything.
Oh, the blue wash that they used to do back in the day. No.
Yeah. And she even has, like, speaking of paint, she even has blonde highlights in her hair. I'm not sure if you can, I'm not sure if you can
Hang on,
really
let me pin that. Oh yeah, I can kind of see it. I don't know if folks at home are going to be able to see it, but I see it, like, especially at the top. She just came from the salon.
Yeah, there's like light spots. Like, she has highlights. There are low lights. It's not just like a solid yellow hair piece. I'm wondering if they're like printing hair detailing now in addition to the faces. I have no idea, but whatever they did here, it looks so good. And even the like blue white lips look excellent. Like, it doesn't look weird at all. She doesn't look dead.
Oh, that angle, she looks so good. So it's no shade to some of the other photos I've seen online. I just thought she looked horrendous in some of those photos. However she was being photographed with the background, everything just did not look good. I started thinking, oh shit, Dan Who just posted his review of the Emma Frost figure. She looks good. I think I'm going to have to eat my words. And seeing her right now with you, she looks better. I thought Dan Who had the most beautiful photos of her now. Seeing you holding her, like, she looks gorgeous. I mean, that is a beautiful figure. Proudly eating my words here.
Yeah.
And as compared to the original Annihilus Wave Emma, which I accused, I said this was just an updated version of that. The Wolverine Origins Emma, which looks horrendous, but I never really truly defended it. I just liked it. And then we have the Walgreens exclusive one, which I still like, but compared to the face on this, looks gorgeous. The Hellfire Club Emma is probably the only one. I'd have to hold them side by side to see which one would be the definitive Emma figure. Are you going to do it? Oh my God. Are you disrupting your...
She's right. She's just right there. It's fine.
Okay, hang on. Let me pin this. Oh my gosh. Yeah. They both, just different versions of Emma.
Different versions.
I'm going to say Cassaday Emma looks better.
She does. I mean, honestly, there's
better printing.
I think this is painted and this is printed, and I think it really just comes down to that is why this one looks a little better. But some things that I do love about it that I don't love about Hellfire Emma is the cape. You know, the Celine, the Black Queen. She might not be Celine in your display. This cape kind of seems like it's somewhat derived by that, and I hated that cape because it had no give to it. It took up so much room in the display, and it was so heavy. It made her hard to stand. This is actually a really bendable, soft, not super hard plastic. So it does give some give if you're trying to stand some figures around her. It doesn't just occupy that space. And it's not so heavy that she's hard to stand. In fact, I've never seen a figure in high heels stand as easily as this figure. Like, you can just pop. Yeah, you can literally just like.
Wow. Yeah,
pop her down.
Because they always fall off. Oh my gosh, she looks so great.
And like this, something that typically happens with my high heel figures. I don't know if you can see on Hellfire. Emma here, her leg at the knee, it just kind of starts to bend like that. And this does not have any of that. I can just literally just like throw her down. If I try to do that with this,
never gonna
happen.
I've never seen an Emma figure being able to just put her down and she'll just stand automatically. That's a testament to the technology that they have for these figures. Oh my god!
I had her on my work desk all day today with my very desk, taking it up and down, dropping heavy long boxes and shit on my desk, banging, really shaking things up. She didn't fall once, not one time.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to ask you, out of M and Emma, which is the figure you like better?
Oh shit! This is like an impossible decision. I feel like if you had asked me earlier. I feel like earlier when my coworker Lacey asked me shout out Lacey Frankenstein. I think I said Emma.
Okay.
But looking right now, I think I'm gonna give it to M, just because there's just so much excitement and nostalgia for having my first ever M figure and to have her executed so perfectly. I mean, it took them 3 tries to get this Emma correct. They knocked Monet out all the way out of the park on their very first try, and for that, I think I have to give it. They've had some practice with Emma. They nailed it first time out with M, so I have to say, Monet Saint Croix, you are the winner.
I have to tell you, man, for those of you guys at home, this is the first time we're ever getting an M figure. She has never been released again. The Toy Biz Generation X Wave 3 was canceled. Oh, God, she looks so great. We have been dying for an M figure. We got her. It's part of the 90s team. They're going to be doing Generation X next. That's the team we're getting. She is a herald for that. Hopefully, we're going to get another Emma, a Banshee, Jubilee, build a figure Mondo. It's just going to be yours. Oh my god! I'm just
as long as we get M-Plate too. We got to get M-Plate. Like we got to get the villains too.
I think I'm going to read Generation X tonight. We read the first one, like the first volume, like the Origins 4 book club, but I haven't gone past that. Yeah. Or no, I think I went up to issue 10, but I want to just do a deep dive on Generation X again. I'm so excited. This figure has made me super happy.
Yeah, it's got me all in my nostalgic feels. I can't believe this day has finally come. This, honestly, to me, I know we just talked about how ugly she is, but holding an M figure like this in my hands for the first time really brings back like the same kind of feels I had finding that hideous first Hasbro Emma at Target back in 2007, 2008. Like as ugly as she was,
we were so excited to have her.
We were getting Emma Frost in Marvel Legends, and it was just something we never thought was going to happen. And that is kind of how I feel holding this figure. I just never thought it was going to happen. I'm so freaking excited to have her. I can't wait for you and everybody else to get her. It's been long overdue, and they seem to have heard that and took the time to make it worth the wait. 10s across the board. Well done, Hasbro. I can't wait to get the rest of the of this wave. Bring on Chamber next.
Chamber, who looks like David Boreanaz, in my opinion, and Daddy Corsair. I haven't seen out of packaging pics of Corsair.
No, I haven't yet either. I don't think the way that they're doing it with these like solid character case packs, they're just kind of, Siren was sort of the herald for the Bonebreaker wave, and I guess the Gen X folks are the heralds for this one. I mean, I'm counting Emma in that because she's Gen X, even if this isn't Gen X Emma. Well, on that note, ladies and gents, I am the adjectiveless Flinkman.
And I'm the uncanny Dayspring.
And this has been a Power of X-Men M and Emma Marvel Legends Spectacular Special. We'll see you next time.